I've been talking about quarterbacks a lot, but I feel like a lot of times people feel like, as long as you get the right coach, you'll be fine. Quarterback is entertaining. I think you don't think that's the case, right?
No, I think the quarterback makes the coach. I don't think the coach makes the quarterback. I think if you look at the history of Super Bowl winners, the majority of Super Bowl winners are Hall of Fame quarterbacks. They're big time quarterbacks. You're more apt to find an average coach winning a Super Bowl than an average quarterback.
Yes. Look at Bruce Arians. I mean, nothing against Bruce Arians, but he just won a Super Bowl. Now he looks like a genius, and he's not a genius.
Bruce Arians was awesome when he had Tom Brady and when he had Andrew Luck. And
yes,
I don't.
And Roethlisberger.
Ben Roethlisberger.
And Palmer.
Andrew Luck didn't win a Super Bowl, but
no.
Unfortunately, he got injured. But Andrew Luck was awesome. I think he's
so great.
Underappreciated quarterbacks out there.
They ruined him in Indy.
Bill Belichick, it remains to be seen. What can he do without Tom?
He's looked at as this genius. And now all of a sudden it's like, well, maybe you're just a coach.
Tony Dungy couldn't get it done until he met Peyton Manning.
True. And he was a very good coach, but didn't win a Super Bowl.
No. Mike McCarthy
won a Super Bowl. The most mediocre coach of all time. And that might even be a compliment to call him mediocre.
How great really is Pete Carroll? Like if they Wilson, how relevant is Seattle going to be?
Yeah, like if they had never lucked into Russell Wilson, their quarterback would have been Tavares Jackson or Matt Flynn, and they would have been winning like 6-7 games a year.
Yeah, that's why I don't fault Kyle Shanahan for losing the Super Bowl because of play calling. I fault him when losing the Super Bowl because he didn't have the appropriate quarterback. Like he didn't come into that fight with the right weapon. He went to a gunfight with a knife and. Like that's really not gonna get it done, and it's not if you're.
I'll give him that for the one 2 years ago, but the one in Atlanta, dude, you were in field goal range and you took like 4 sacks in a row. Like I don't want to hear that. Matt Ryan was balling in that Super Bowl, but Jimmy was he turned into a pumpkin. It was like the clock struck midnight on that dude.
This decision is really going to define, I think, Kyle's career. I think that he has to find. I mean, even. To me, like I know Bill Walsh created the West Coast offense and all of that, but his great talent was finding quarterbacks. Was sprint right option an awesome play, or was it really like Joe Montana making an awesome play and Dwight Clark making an awesome
play? True. Was flanker drive an awesome play, or was Jerry Rice an amazing draft pick by Bill Walsh? Yes.
Right. That's what an amazing coach does. Amazing coach will find great players and then put them in position to win. But finding them is the first thing. Like, when Alabama hired Nick Saban, I think he said the athletic director, "Do you think you're going to get the greatest coach in the United States?" And the guy said, "Yeah." And Saban said, "No, but you are getting the greatest recruiter in the United States."
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's easy to evolve when you're like, well, I guess I should just incorporate my 5-star wide receivers a little bit more. What do you think? Yeah, probably that's a smart move.
Get the best player. And in the NFL,
I'm not really throwing to my 5-star wide receivers that I'm recruiting. Maybe I should throw to them a little bit more. Genius. Yeah, good job, Nick. You figured it out. Crack the code. No, but honestly, he's flexible. And that's key because honestly, I feel like Kyle isn't. And the reason I think people think he's going to take Mac Jones is because he really hasn't wanted to change anything about this team since 2019. And to take Trey Lance or Justin Fields, I think most people feel like Kyle would have to, not evolve, but just tailor things to their strengths a little bit more. And he can, and he should, and he's done it in the past, and good coaches do, and yada, yada, yada. He doesn't want to. This team, he's got a grudge. He's still on the revenge tour, man. And you can't be changing things when you're on a revenge tour. The whole thing is to do it exactly the same and prove that you should have won. That's what a revenge tour is, I think.
Right. The thing about it is if you find the awesome quarterback, you're still going to get credit. Like Sean Payton still gets credit for because things Drew Brees does. Like Reed, like Mahomes is awesome, right? But Reed gets so much credit, right? He still gets credit.
True.
Like, it's not terrible.
McCarthy got credit for Rodgers for years.
Right.
Rodgers, he brought his hands down. He lowered Rodgers' hands a little bit. He seasoned him on the bench. Okay.
Ride that dude's coattails, man.
Yes, please do.
Like, don't try to take Mac Jones and say, oh, I'm the guy. Like it's me. I'm calling play. Like, get the
Nick Mullins all over again.
And make him let him make you look awesome. Like,
yes, yeah, yep. I don't see people bringing up Trey Lance's bad game against Central Arkansas last year as a concern. Is it a big deal? Yeah, it's a concern. The dude played 17 games. The most recent one was not good. Scary, man. Scary stuff. He could be a hell of a player, but all of these guys at the top of the draft are like, I don't know, scary.
Yeah, there's questions with all of them.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. And you're going to take one of these dudes over the best tight end I've ever seen in my life. Man, couldn't be me. What's up, Keith? Warriors did revenge tour and acquired Durant. Oh, that's true.
Different sport, though.
Yes, yeah, Keith.
Yeah.
Stop trying to confuse the issue here, Keith. No, that's a good point, though.
Yeah. Lowered expectations, to
I used to love that little clip on Saturday Night Live. So here's the thing. We're going to see if what we're saying basically is that Shanahan is overrated in the sense that all coaches are overrated. And what he needs to do is swallow his pride and bring in a real quarterback. And if he doesn't quite fit the offense the Niners have been running the last couple of years, and make it work, dude. You're great. You're supposed to be. Make it work. We'll see if he can. I think a lot of people thought Adam Gase was a great coach, offensive guy. And then as time went on, he ruined his own reputation. I hope Kyle doesn't do that to himself and he's not the next Adam Gase or something like that, because get this right. You got to get this right.
I hope not. I mean, I do think Kyle's a good coach. I do think he can be a little overrated. I think people put him on a pedestal. But I think this is definitely the defining moment in his career. Like, it's this right. Yeah. His ascent will continue. If he gets it wrong, he can easily find himself back in an OC position in a couple of years.
What you're saying is they put him on a pedestal. It's like, why would you put any coach on a pedestal? Why would you put Bill Belichick on a pedestal? Look at him now. People were saying he was the best coach of all time. He might be, but let's see what he does without Tom Brady, right? I mean, Joe Gibbs is the exception. Joe Gibbs should probably be talked about in higher, with more praise. The guy won 3 Super Bowls with 3 different quarterbacks. No one does that. And none of them were great.
Yeah, I think. Parcells won it with 2 different? I think 2.
Yeah.
Sims and Hostetler.
Yeah. That's impressive.
Yeah, it is impressive. But
impressive.
Parcells did not win a Super Bowl without Bill Belichick, though.
True. It's all very complicated, but it's interesting, man.